Well, good morning, everyone. Saturday morning or afternoon or nighttime or whenever the heck the time is there. Thanks for showing up. Let's go see who we got here. We got a lot of folks here. Thanks for joining us. Pete Hallis, color correction, like X-Rite standard and editing and blah 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 blah. We're gonna get back to these comments. Hello, Agent K. Dave's here. Bart's here. Uh-oh. We're gonna be talking about cameras. He's gonna slap us down. Working on the house. Captain Jack, our favorite mariner, real dude. Captain Jack, morning. Pete, hello, Pete. We'll come back to these comments. Hey, Ken, good morning. Hope all is good with you. What else we got? Pierre, hello. Bart, is Kevin in a different zone? I think Kevin slept in. No. Michael, hello, sir. I welcome you all. I'm going to pop all these up. There's a lot of people here. Wow, thanks for joining us. We got Captain Jack, Bart, Ken, Bart, Dave, Aaron. Hey, Aaron, you got an alert. Thanks. Bart, Aaron, yada, yada. We'll come back to these comments. I want to welcome Dave Andrade. Dave's, I met him. I mean, I've been talking to him and hanging out with him and doing all sorts of other stuff. I met Dave, sorry, I'm trying to manage my stuff here. I'm being rude, not looking at the camera. And the guy who watches my stuff is going to shoot me in the face. So I'm not supposed to do that. All right, we have Dave, post-color gear, video editing, color grading, and gear reviews. Good guy. Why he only has less than 10K subscribers, I don't know. Look at this. 197K views, 193K views, 150. I mean, the guy's a Da Vinci guy. He's used to be Olympus. Maybe he's a Panasonic guy. We're going to talk about cameras. We're going to talk about different stuff. Without further ado, let's welcome Mr. Dave. Hey, man.
Hello.
How you doing?
Thanks for having me. I'm doing well. How about you?
I'm good. Thanks for coming on the show and talking to us. And
no problem.
Stuff
no
like
problem
that.
at all.
So yeah, there's your introduction. So just to start, let me go grab this link. Do. There it is. Dave's channel, in case you're wondering, is right.
It's amazing.
Chadair, and it's amazing. Boom. It's amazing. That's his channel right there. Go subscribe. Get him to 10K. He should be at 1,000,000K, in my opinion.
I agree with that.
So anyway, what's that?
I agree with that.
I was back and forth with Dave online. I went to NAB. We met up. He's a great guy. He's funny. Heart of gold. I love him.
Yeah, you're my NAB partner there.
Absolutely.
You roam the floor.
Yeah. Dave held the camera, did some stuff while I did interviews and vice versa and all that stuff. Anyway, let's not blah blah these guys too much. Let's go check out if there are already any questions in the commentos. What do we got here? Bart Johnson's. How many mods we got here? I make everybody a mod. If they're nice. I think Kevin slept in. I did not sleep in. Check this out. I came prepared. Double fisting coffee. Okay.
I'm jealous of you. I only have the one.
You only need one. I need that many.
That's true. That's true.
Yep. I made everybody a mod. Guess I better behave. Don't. We don't behave here. It's unscripted. Do what you want. Fancy screen, yeah. Hey, Aaron. Hey, dude. You got an alert. Imagine that. YouTube working. I still haven't gotten my alert. I don't know what's up with YouTube. The reason for the 5-minute screen, at least on most people's stuff, is so when you go live, YouTube goes, aha, I'll let everybody know that you went live. Except they don't. Hey, Bart. Richard Lom. Hey. Oh, where are you? Evening all. Here in NL. New Jersey? New Zealand? I don't know. Fancy screen. More. Walter. Hello, sir. One of my YouTube members. Kevin doesn't mess around. Intro would be cool and all that if you haven't misspelled animations. I do that. I do. We need more capes. Good morning. Hello, Rob. Hey, Andre. Hey, man. Thanks for digging me out of my WTFs going on with my CV cam. We'll talk about that in a moment. Robert Sprockets. Hello, sir. Michael. Cool. The link is broken. The one I just put up? Okay. Well, then Google YouTube, post, color, gear, and you'll find his channel. I guess Dave's okay. Hey, I'm catching up. Got an H before the HTTPS. Oh, did I do that really? Okay. I appreciate that, Bart. Dave. Dave's sound is ahead of his video by quite a bit, Kev. Trust me, over here, I got everything working. So it's on your end. No, Dave, I kind of last minuted him, and he threw together a mic into this and that and everything else. So I'm sorry. It's my bad. NL, Netherlands. I'm sorry. Netherlands, I should have known that. Yeah, I see that too. Trying to sort that out. Well, that's Dave. Look at that. He's got a new channel icon. Or whatever you call it, avatar. That's a badass, man. Hey, if you're watching this, by the way, you want to hide the kids. That's cool, man. I like it. Netherlands. Hey, we're caught up. Okay. So, I just wanted to invite Dave on. Introduce him to anybody who doesn't know who he is. And we're going to talk about cameras. And then Dave's going to turn off his robot. So, well, I'm not going to go through this. All these guys here heard this long, boring story. I went for the R5. I took it out of my cart. I went for the R6. I heard it was, I took it out of my cart. I put the R5 back in. I got an adapter. I said, yeah, it's over. Took it out of my, but and finally I lost my mind and bought the Sony A7S III, which looks awesome.
Good choice.
And I'm a Canon guy. For 10 years, I haven't touched other cameras. Well, bigger cameras, but these types of cameras. Then I went out on the recommendation of Andrade, Worth It or Not, another channel you should check out. And I wanted to learn the Sony ecosystem a little bit. So I got this little dude. Oh, here. Let's do this. I got this little dude. When this box came, I flipped the hell out and went, what the hell did I get? And I looked at this camera and I was like, you got to be freaking kidding me. Now, this is an older camera. This is a Canon camera. And the reason why I have it here is because this does what this does and then some. Because this is 4K, blah, blah, blah. Doesn't have a 30-minute recording limit. And I was pretty much blown away. I didn't even know what to say about that. But when I first got it, I flipped out a little bit. So I'm learning the Sony. Look at this thing. stupid small. It's 4K, doesn't overheat. Anyway, it's just it's ridiculous. It's redonkulous. Anyway, I appreciate it, Andre and others, and what's his name? So, let's talk about cameras, dude. You've been in
Let's
Olympus.
do it.
You've been all over the place.
I have.
Tell me about cameras.
Well, you have cameras and they have a lens put on the front of it. And you can film things, you can take pictures. Did you want did you want me to be more specific?
What's your favorite camera? Why do you make these choices? Like I said, 10-year Canon guy. Now I'm jumping into other cameras. I'm like, I don't know. What goes in your head?
Well, whatever my needs are at the time. I try not to marry to a system, so I have no problem like selling everything off. I started with Canon myself, but that was back 2013, I think, and it just grew out of it. So that's when they came out with the Sony A6000, that's when I jumped over to Sony.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just based on feature set. If they had the 1080p, 60 frames per second, things like that. I ended up going to Olympus for like a personal camera just because they had the in-body stabilization. So that was nice, but I still rented Sony when I did weddings and bar mitzvahs and stuff like that. I still rented Sony because they just have an amazing feature set. Having said that, I was choosing between Olympus and my Panasonic G9 because they had the EM1 Mark II. But the G9 just has everything that I need. And that's why I stuck with Panasonic so far.
Well, you were a big Olympus guy for a while, right?
Oh, yeah. Yep, I hung in there for a while. I had the EM10 Mark II, EM5 Mark II, one or two others. But they didn't catch up to the like the bit rate and everything like that. So it was, like I said, it was between the EM1 Mark II and the Panasonic G9. And Panasonic is just more video based, so that's why I ended up getting the Panasonic G9.
And Olympus, didn't they cash out and sell to someone else? Do I have that right?
Sort of. I think they sold their imaging division, and there was concern that they were going to go out of business, but I think it's just a matter of going to a new company. But now there's talk about whether or not that new company is actually going to innovate anymore. So to be determined. But yeah, they ended up selling out. Although they did just come out with a new lens. I think it was a 100 to 400, if I remember correctly.
Mm-hmm. So they're more, if I recall correctly, they're more of I don't know, a photography type camera? No?
Yeah, a lot of street photographers use Olympus. I mean, technically you can use it for a bunch of things. I actually shot video for a wedding. It wasn't like a big wedding. It was like a kind of backyard wedding, but I shot one on an Olympus camera before. So technically they could be multi-purpose, but yeah, they're pretty much street photography if we're being honest.
I keep forgetting you've done a lot of wedding stuff. God bless you, man.
Mm-hmm. No, it's hectic. Oh yeah, it's hectic.
I run. I've been asked a couple of times to do wedding stuff, and no, it scares the crap out of me. I'm afraid, admittingly afraid. I don't want to go shoot a wedding for the first time and go, oops.
Right. Yeah, even if you prepare, it's still nerve-wracking.
Yeah. Speaking of which, this is my commercial. That is Mackenzie Evan Martz, 10-year wedding and event videographer. Cool course. Go take it. Support her. She gets paid from that. Go buy some shit. Did I tell you to hide the kids? Yeah, I respect you, man. I respect you. You're shooting wedding stuff. God bless you. I don't have the guts. I really don't. Or the experience.
It's usually the first one. Luckily, I was lucky with my first one because it was friends of ours, so it wasn't high. We weren't getting paid for it, and it wasn't. They weren't leaning on it. It was kind of like a gift to them. So once you get that under your belt, you kind of
Uh-oh.
got better as it went along. But you're worried about batteries running out, things like that.
Totally. Flipped me out. You cut out a little bit there. Don't worry about it.
Mm.
You'll get people saying you cut out and they can't hear you and all this stuff, and you'll chase your tail, and I don't know what to tell you. Anyway.
And
wow.
There goes my light. I
Live streams are awesome, aren't they? I love it. Let's see what we got here. Comments. Would you remind me of your headphone brand and model? Yes. It's a Sony MDR V6. I love these. I have two pair. I don't think they make these anymore. And if you find them online, they're going to charge you like hundreds of dollars because they're scalping it. There's a similar model. They're like 79 or 80 bucks that you can find on Amazon and everything else. They're great headphones. The reason why I like these is because I think they go to from 5 to, is it 20,000 or 30,000? Huge dynamic range, which I need. Not.
Yeah, I have the same exact. I have the same exact kind. The other thing I like about these is they don't color the sound. Like they're just monitoring stereo. You know what I mean? Like they don't add tons of bass and things like that. So, yeah, I love these things.
Yeah, I've tried other headphones and they color it, or they add bass to it, or they, and these seem very median and are raw. And so what I hear, I know what I'm hearing. So when I add bass, it doesn't come out the other end like wow. Yeah, that's the headphones. Yeah. What else we got here? Captain Jack, thank you for fixing the link. And why didn't the link show up? You're an admin. Well, it didn't show up on this thing, but it's in the comments. Okay. Yep. Pia God. Sorry. The link to his headphones is in the description. Oh. I didn't know that.
You got to reference your own description.
Well, I usually go in later and fix all the links and the titles and the blah blah. Usually. And then I forget. But I have the default uploads for this when I do this. And the thumbnail. And then I forget. Thanks, Jack. You bet. There's the wedding filmmaking course. Oh, I see what's happening. If you look down here, the links are almost detectable. Oh, look at that. Huh. Not cool. This is the Unscripted scripted channel. No kids allowed. Hey, Agent. How you doing, dude? Ken. Hardest job I had was shooting weddings. Talk about being tired at the end of the day.
Oh, yeah. Bet. Yep. Long days. Long days.
Yeah. I took this wedding and event. I keep saying that because people are like, I don't want to be a wedding photographer. If you shoot an event. Oh, shit. I meant to do that. Damn. It's the Unscripted channel. And I watched this course and I was blown away. I was like, wow, there are so many little things. This thing and that thing and setting up and prepping the people and what you do and what you don't do and the party and how many cameras and miking people, how you treat people, how you have to interact with the photographer, how you have to interact at the reception to tie in with the sound guy to get the music and to tie in with the toast when they have the mics and all. And I was like, holy crap, this is intense. Anyway.
Oh, yeah.
Huge respects. Michael. Hey, Kevin. Tell them what happened to me after more than 30 years of doing weddings. Bet you won't.
No, you have to.
Nope.
Like,
We had a private conversation over email. We had a Zoom call. We went back and forth. And when I do that, I don't share that information. So you're more than welcome, sir, to share that information. Aaron Padecki. Oops, that's my fault for not making the links look right in the chat pop up. This guy here is the reason why I have this cool little chat pop up.
well done.
It's cool. It works. Works on everything. Anyway, cameras. I got the Sony. I'm still waiting for it. See, usually I'd go, oh yeah, I got the Canon C500 or the C300 or the R6 or the 5. Because I'm moving into Sony now. I'm like, I got the Canon. I got the Sony A3. No, A7S3.
There you go. You got there.
And then I have all Canon glass. So I got, switch over here. So I got this. Dude. And apparently it rocks and it goes on to my new 7A7S3.
Whatever that camera is.
I'm so lost. It goes into that camera. And I was told this is the dude. And it's got all sorts of cool things. Apparently you can update the firmware, which blew me away. Put your Canon lens on there. I think it's EF and EFS. Screw that onto the back of the camera. And that gives me my Canon glass for now. Till later I buy Sony glass. Maybe. And that goes on there. I really wish it would fit on there though, but it won't. Anyway, that's my thing there.
It all depends on what you want to use it for too. Like, because that it may not be as quick as native Sony glass, but if you're not doing like fast like shooting like sports or wildlife and stuff like that, if you're just doing static shots like in your studio, you might be able to get away with just the Metabones and the Canon, I mean.
I was told online by some reviews that this new version
version 2
which it doesn't, version 1.8, I don't know. This new version works as fast as the native Canon lenses for autofocus and stuff on the Sony camera. I don't know if that's true. I have no idea. I have never used a lens adapter. I mean, on bigger cameras, you're adapting lens and stuff, but I've never used one of these. I've never had to. It's a whole new world for me. I'm like on Twitter, I'm asking questions like, hey, I am trying to find out, this is not a real question, I forget what the question was. Hey, I'm trying to find out, I can't find how to initialize the SD card.
How does one do that?
I go through all the menus and somebody fills me in. Andre's been great. And Jake Sloan, another great channel, guy in Alaska. It's really helped me a lot. It's weird moving to a different camera, dude. Maybe you're used to it. For me, it's...
Yeah.
Do you...
Well...
For me, I go through... Like I sat here with this thing. And I went through... This is how I train myself. And I am going to do a full review of this camera. Why? That's how I learn it. I go through and I'll sit here, and before I even shoot anything, I go through the menus, I go back through the menus, I click on the buttons, and I just play with it. How do you, when you get a camera, a new camera for you, tell me how you go through and learn the damn thing.
That's pretty much it. I mean, if you get stuck, I've had to look stuff up online, but everything's experience, just like with anything else. As long as you're playing with it, because inevitably, even if you read something or someone gives you advice, you'll mess with it, and it won't. You'll look at your camera and it won't function that same way. So then you have to scroll through the menus. You just have to play. So that's whenever I get a new camera, that's what I do. I go out and then shoot a couple things and figure it out that way.
Yeah.
I remember when I got my first camera, my poor dog and my son at the time, they were like my subjects all the time. It's like I have so many pictures and videos of them from back when. But that's how you get experience. It eventually has to become second nature. So just playing with it.
Yeah. I have a theory slash. That's not a theory. Well, it is still a theory. I've worked with training a lot of other people, not as part of my channel and stuff, in different companies, how to do their own stuff. And at first, they get really pissed off at me because they want to go shoot. Let's go shoot. Let's go this. Let's go. And then I'm all for playing and everything else. Go play. Now, when you're done playing, I run them through a series of brutalizing drills to the point where they're sitting there with the camera and I do the following. They're sitting here. Open the screen. Flip the screen upside down. Put the screen on the back. Turn off the camera. Turn on the camera. Turn off the camera. Turn on the camera. Set the white balance. Set the focus. Turn the camera to manual. Turn the camera off. Flip it. Like I go through, disconnect the lens. Put the lens back on. I go through this series of drills with them that makes them crazy. And if they go, not when they start, it's a gradient. Open the back. Awesome. Flip the screen upside down. Excellent. By the time they're done with that, they're doing this drill. Open the back. Flip the screen upside down. Put it in the camera. Turn the camera off. Nope, wrong button. Turn the camera off. Nope, wrong button. Turn the camera off. Good. And I'm running them through this checklist of everything in the camera. Do this, set this, change the aperture. And they're doing it like this. Everything.
Yep.
And what happens,
Yep.
they get so pissed off and frustrated. What happens when they're done with that, and it can take many hours, sometimes a day, depending on the camera. When they get done with that, then we go out shooting and doing stuff. They never think about this shit ever again. I'm like, okay, so let's set up the camera and for this interview, let's get some good aperture, maybe 3.2, 3.4, about waist head. That should look good. They take the tripod, whoosh, boom, whoosh, boom. Camera on, cool. 3.2, cool. Okay, I'm ready. Drives them fucking nuts.
It's good though. It's good to get that muscle memory too. That's to answer your question from before. That's the other thing I do too when I get new cameras. Find out where to adjust the ISO, the aperture, and the shutter speed, and just map those to the different buttons, and then good to go. And I like with the Panasonic G9 because it has the dial in the front, dial in the back, scroll wheel all the way in the back. Perfect. So one for each of the options there.
Yeah,
But
go ahead.
no, I was just going to say, but like I said, that's the first thing you want to do. Otherwise, you're just fiddling in the menu and trying to learn what each dial does. So as long as you program those, you're good to go.
The reason I fell into that was many years ago, probably before most people were born here. I had someone do that to me, and it frustrated the hell out of me. It drove me nuts. You know, pull out the can, put it in the bag, load the film, reel the film. But nope, let's start again. And I went, like, I almost just said, I don't want to do this ever. And by the time I was done, I not only knew what I was doing, I knew what, as I moved up in the ranks, I knew what everybody else was doing and what their, like somebody would have a problem. And I would look over and go, oh, this guy doesn't know how to can a film. Let's go show him. So I did that with my camera now. I have the 5D sitting up there. I don't never walk behind the camera. I go like this. Pop, 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 pop. Of course, I have a monitor. Set this, format the card. Because when I'm doing this, okay, I'm going to turn on the camera. Oh, yeah. Oh, crap, not that way. This way. Now, what is this doing here? Oh, there's no card in there. When I'm doing that, and I take these little pieces with the 400 things that you can do, setting up a camera and shooting, that adds up. And I think I sat down one time and took the, I'm going to do this, this, which took 2 seconds, and I ended up fooling around with it. It came up to something stupid like hundreds of hours at the end of the year. And I was like, oh, that's why that guy did that with me. Anyway, it's brutal. Anyway, let's go see what we're doing here. I've had enough fun playing with why is this message still on the screen. Hey, Dave, this is from Walter. This is one of my YouTube members. He's an important guy. He's a good guy. As expert on DaVinci Resolve, true that. Have you used it with Blackmagic cameras as there is supposed to be special link and software to Blackmagic cameras for easy color correction, etc.?
I'm not sure I understand the question. DaVinci, all right, have you used it with Blackmagic cameras? You can import whatever you want in there. I've imported Blackmagic footage into DaVinci Resolve, but there's no specific connection there. There's stuff like Blackmagic Raw, which you have the option within the program to adjust the different, you can adjust white balance, ISO, stuff like that after the fact. But if you haven't downloaded DaVinci Resolve, there's a free version. Definitely recommend it. Even if it is kind of limited, you don't have the noise reduction, stuff like that, but it's still fun to play around with. The free version, I mean.
He may be talking about, I hate doing this. Here's what he's really saying. What he really meant. He might be thinking, and you can clarify with us, Walter. I watched a live stream from them, and they had a bunch of cameras set up. It was tied into DaVinci Resolve, I think. And I think they were doing some sort of control, and I think it was with the A10 Mini. I don't know. I don't have any of that gear. For me, the answer is I don't freaking know.
It might be. They also have the control surface too, where you can adjust the lift gamma gain on using the panel instead of like a keyboard and a mouse. But yeah, you're right. It might have been the A10 Mini that he was referencing. I don't have much experience with that, but I know Aaron uses that a lot on his channel.
Yeah. Aaron is a ATEM beast.
ATEM expert.
Totally. I mean, I get the notifications from his channel. We're going to go over the ATEM. We're going to go over the ATEM Mini Pro. We're going to go over the ATEM Mini ISO. We're going to go over how to hook it. We're going to how to live stream. I'm like, wow. This is the dude you want to do. Captain Jack. This is funny. What my screen says is message retracted. What pops up is, no worries, mate. You can always fix it in post. Okay. Captain Jack. Oh, he doubled. That's all. Losing the comments here. Sorry. I'm so done with Sony products. I would rather have bamboo shoved under my fingernails than use any Sony product. Excuse me. Cameras are tough. I posted this Twitter thing in response to some guy and Curtis Judd, and they were playing around. And it was, whatever camera you're using, use another. Whatever video editor you're using, use another. Whatever lights you're using, use another. Whatever microphone you're using, use another. Okay, is everybody happy? Glad that's settled. It's rough. You know, it's my opinion. It's an opinion. Don't kill me. And I'm not talking to Captain Jack. He's a bright guy. I'm talking with other people. It's my opinion, going back to this drilling, that many people get pissed off with these products, barring a crapping company, barring stuff doesn't work, barring, I just bought the Canon R6 and it turns off after 3 minutes. It's my opinion. A lot of people get pissed off at their cameras, at their video editor, because they really haven't learned how to make it, whatever that is. It's dog.
I agree.
Mother dog.
No, I agree. That's my experience too with, because I've helped people in the past, and like you said, they get frustrated really easy. But then, you know, if you take their camera from them or whatever it is, and you mess around, you can show them. Sometimes they inadvertently make it hotter on themselves than they need to. So I agree. It's just a matter of, like we were saying before, it's just a matter of playing around a lot more. And if things start to click and everything falls into place.
This is why I don't ever suggest, like I use Premiere Pro. Been using it for 15 years? I don't know. I think since the early or late 90s when it was called something else. Looked at DaVinci Resolve, downloaded it, looked at it. I said, I'm out of here. Reason being is that, for me, is a 1, 2, 3 month, 6 month, a year learning process while they update. I'm already caught up on Premiere Pro. It breaks and it doesn't work. Works fine for me. And all software has problems. So this move to DaVinci, it's not that I don't like DaVinci. It's not that I don't think it's awesome. It's not that it's really cool. I'm just not going to do it. Like you use DaVinci. You're a DaVinci pro.
Yes. But yeah, that's what I added in this DaVinci.
Yeah. It blew my mind. Little links and I'm like, that's a learning process I'm out of here. And other people are like, but you should go to it and it's better. And I'm like, I have to make 2 videos every week. I have to. I'm working on 5 courses over the university. Blah, 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 blah. Not spouting, oh, I work hard, whatever. But if I add that into the mix, I'm out. I can't produce videos. So, I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, they have this keyboard customization where you can use the same shortcuts that you have in Premiere. But the problem with that is if you've made like custom ones for yourself, then you have to go ahead and do that again over there. But I totally get it. And if they try to make it easy, but it really is, if we're being honest, it's an entirely new system. And especially as long as you've been doing it, you don't even have to think about it anymore, I'm sure. So I agree. There's no sense in switching over.
It doesn't make sense to me. I think, again, people are in Premiere Pro and get frustrated with it. Again, if it doesn't work on your system, if it crashes a lot, whatever, I understand that. But they're like, I don't like this anymore. I'm going to jump over to DaVinci Resolve. You didn't learn it. You don't understand it. You went by words you didn't understand and concepts you didn't understand. You didn't play with all the buttons and everything else, in my opinion. I found that to be true mostly, where they're following the, well, Dave Andrade uses this, so I'm going to switch. That's a tough one, man. I mean, you know, I should Peter McKinnon uses Canon cameras. I should stick with camera. No, I can't. I can't use the new cameras. Anyway, let's keep going through the comments. Rob
Sounds good.
Overholt. Hello, sir. A7S3. I can't find a bad review. Good choice, Kev. I think so.
I agree.
I'm going through the whole reason for upgrading to a camera is because I make so much money off of YouTube. I don't know what to do with it.
It's like, why not spend it on a camera?
You know how it is, Dave. Money just falling out of the sky as a YouTuber.
Oh yeah.
When I bought the 5D Mark III, that was 7 or 8 years ago. I've been using it for 7 or 8 years. It works. It has all eye, which means every frame. It doesn't play. I won't get into the technical stuff. I don't know who's here. It's worked for 7 years. It looks great. I shoot in 1080. I post 4K videos. I upscale them. And it looks great. So I wanted that. I wanted to, again, future-proof myself for the next 2, 3, 5, 7 years. That's the only reason I went with the Sony A7S III. It's because it's future-proofed for me. And it works. That's it.
And I think that's sufficient because we're still not there as far as 4K goes. I mean, I have a 4K monitor right here, but even broadcast, they're still doing 1080p for broadcast television and stuff like that. Except for like Netflix and things like that. Mm-hmm. But the 8K with the Canon there, we're still not there yet. And from the reviews that I've seen, the overheating and the time limits and the recovery and things like that, it's not even practical at this point.
Well, and there may be a real shitstorm, if this is true, coming down on Canon, because apparently, who was it? They went into...
Oh, EOS HD?
Yeah. They went in and found out in the firmware or the software inside the camera that, I don't know how they did this. I don't remember how it did. But they basically exposed that the recording time limit, that was dumb. But the overheating issues are actually in the software, and that it says it's overheating and it shuts down the camera and software when in fact they measure the internal temperature and it isn't overheating.
Yeah, I mean, on one hand, I can see them trying to be cautious because they don't want bad reports of them actually overheating or hurting people or burning people or whatever, but they might have been overly cautious there. If that's true, like you said, it all depends if that's what they actually did, but we'll see, I guess.
And like the rest of the world, including me, it's always easy when something is done to then go back and say, well, this is what you should have done. I think that's quite unfair. Tough. But given that, I'm talking out my butt air, had they come out and said, we got a 4K camera, it's mirrorless, we're just jumping into this market, we're going to be making firmware updates, and oh, by the way, what we're going to do is we've added 8K in there. It's going to be bricked, it's going to overheat your camera, we're going to probably work it out, but here's your 4K mirrorless camera that doesn't shut off after 30 minutes. And that's awesome. We also added this little thing in 8K in case you need it to shoot for a couple of minutes. I mean, that would have been the smart marketing ploy on the R5. But again, somebody could come to me and go, well, you'd have like 500,000 subscribers right now if you didn't spend the last 6 years dicking around with your channel and testing things out. True. But yeah.
Right. Hindsight's always 20/20.
Totally.
Yeah.
Totally. And it's so easy. I've done it myself, and I see it happen all the time where something will happen then someone will come back and go, well, this is what you should have done. Well, why didn't you do that?
Right.
Falling behind.
Exactly, right.
Falling behind on the comments. Such a troublemaker, Kevin. Who, me? Not a troublemaker.
Absolutely. That's your middle name, isn't it?
I think Dave was a bit surprised yes. when he... What's that?
That would be a yes.
I think Dave was a bit surprised when he met me at NAB. I was trying to tone it down, but I was kind of a troublemaker.
Yeah,
He's
no,
like,
you were.
Maybe we should go and, I don't know, should we go and check out this booth here? You know, maybe see if we can do an interview? I'm like, come on. I walk into the middle of this booth. They're already talking to somebody. I'm like, hey, how about we shoot an interview with you? And Dave's like, what?
Like pushing people over. I mean, that was kind of over the top, but, you know, you're not important.
I'm a bit overt, outgoing. I figure if everyone else is going to sit around and go, I don't know. I'm like, shit, I'll just walk in the door. I'm falling way behind on the comments. Captain, I do camera drills while riding the bus at 62 miles per hour. I find something to shoot, and I have to quickly turn on the camera, do my settings, focus, and fire. Over the years, I've gotten quite fast. Boom. That's the ticket, baby.
Yeah, that's impressive.
I did a video a while ago on, look, quit messing around with all this stuff. Take your iPhone. You got this frame. It's just like a real camera. And go out and practice framing. Far away, close, this side, this side, this side, sky, down, flowers. And eventually you're going to look at that and go, little light bulb's going to be going, oh. So only what's in the frame is, oh, sorry. I got to be the filmmaker thing. Only what's in the frame is what you'll see. And if you move around, even a foot, and in and out, your eyeballs will start seeing what you're filming, and you'll be like, oh. Because usually when people start, they're shooting, and they're looking that way, and they're like just shooting stuff, and they're not there yet. They haven't practiced yet going, hey, it's just what's in the frame. So yeah, Captain, camera drills. Absolutely. Aaron, your current message constantly jumping on the screen seems like a prank at this point. It pretty much was a prank, Aaron. I don't mean to do it, but sometimes these things just happen.
Just weird glitches. Hard to explain.
Oh my gosh. Look at all these comments. Brandon, hello, sir. Long time guy. Captain Jack, is your Sony critique based on products released in the past couple of years? Yeah. You two should get together and beat each other up about that. Joking. Yeah, that's it, Kevin. The A10 Mini. Great. There's some dot that I'm not connecting.
He loves the A10 Mini.
Oh. Guess that would be the heart.
You don't read emoji? I get you, Aaron.
Now, the next comment says, Rob Overholt, message retracted. And I think it still shows it. Should I click on it? Is that rude?
It's up to Rob.
I'm going to click on it. You were talking drills. Your A7S III has memory locations to help with speed as well. I know you retracted that, but that's cool. You're talking drills. Your
Yeah,
A7S III
the Panasonic has that too. It's a nice feature. You can set up everything, and that way you can just dial on the top, and then everything's in line.
Yeah, they have like a C1 button or something here, and you can set up the camera and save those settings and go, okay, I'm shooting an interview, it's probably going to be about here. Grab the setting. Done. Sweet. Michael Finn. Just started with DaVinci. Dave, any advice? Should I watch tutorials or just fool around with it? There you go.
Definitely watch a few beginner tutorials. It really is self-explanatory. That's another thing I like about DaVinci too, is that it's self-explanatory. I'm trying to think of a better word than that, but that's pretty much what it is. You have the media bin, put your clips in there, put on the timeline, just like Premiere Pro. But yeah, begin with the generic ones, and then play. I don't think I have any basic ones on my channel. I have, well, no basic ones on my channel. That's actually something I might do. It's like a beginner series.
Not?
We can talk about that.
Okay. That's good advice. I can't comment on DaVinci. I went into it. The linking node thing, which I understand. I've done programming and nodes and blah, blah. It was too foreign to me. I thought it was going to be a time bandit. If you're starting out and you want to jump into a pro editor, go grab Premiere Pro with After Effects, with Adobe Audition, with Photoshop, all that. Or go into DaVinci Resolve, the free or the paid version. You can go into HitFilm. You can go into these various editors. That's okay. You can go into Sony Vegas. It's not Sony anymore. But just pick one and then learn the crap out of it and use it.
The other thing I like about DaVinci too is everything's neatly packaged, like you were saying about like Audition and After Effects and stuff like that. Everything is built right in the program. The only thing I will say is though, Adobe Audition, DaVinci is still catching up to Adobe Audition. So other than that though, I just like, because otherwise you have to do the connection, I forget what it was called, but between the two programs with Adobe. And it's just nice to, excuse me, it's just nice to have everything packaged in the one program.
Yeah, you basically, if I have audio or want to make an After Effects piece, I right-click. It's called round tripping. Whoa, what is that? Sounds like a truck.
Oh yeah, yep. That's.
Of course.
I'll be right back. I'm gonna close my window.
Okay. Yeah, it's, if you have a audio piece, right click, say I want to edit this in Audition, brings it up. You do your editing, you save, you go back to Premiere Pro, everything's cool. And the reason they do that is because remember that Adobe Audition, I don't use it to 1%. Adobe Audition is used by audio editors and mixing people and everything else as a standalone program. After Effects is used as a standalone program. Like, they're not trying to package all this stuff together. They have this massive audience of people who do audio mixing and stuff like that with Audition. So they go, we're going to marry these two so people in Premiere Pro can use it in Premiere Pro, as opposed to DaVinci, where they're putting it all together saying, we are a video editor and we want to give you all these tools. Again, it doesn't matter. Go use frickin' HitFilm. It doesn't matter. Anyway, comments. There's plenty. From Pete Hellis, my pictures and video have a green tinge. Is this something that should be corrected in the editor? Shotcut, or use a gel. Roscoe E color 279. That's curious.
I would lean towards. What's that?
Go ahead.
No, I was going to say I would lean towards the using the gel, because even, I mean, technically you can correct it, but it's usually a cast over the whole image. So anything that you can get done in camera is the best way to go. I've had to do something similar in the past. So I don't know about you, but my suggestion would be the gel.
I agree. You think the green tinge is coming from the camera or the environment? What's
From
your
that,
experience?
let's see. I understood it to be like the LED. I
Oh,
guess we should. Yeah, so if it's artificial lighting, that's my guess is what Pete's referencing, as far as the green tinge. So yeah, if you want to put a gel over the light, that's best way to go. Anything you can feed the editor that's more done is the best way to go.
oh yeah. And that's coming from a color correction, color grading professional guy. Um, I agree. The, I mean, fix it in post is fine, but man, what a pain in the butt.
It's a little
I,
bit of a nightmare to do it
I,
in post. I've done it before, and you're chasing your tail, and it's just not worth the effort.
I don't know how much time I spent, and mine isn't perfect. One day you and I need to get together because I have some color correction and grading questions. I shoot talking head videos, so whatever. I spent a lot of
Mm,
time in that studio, which isn't that way, but it is for my finger, and that's the wrong way. But on the camera, nobody cares. I spent a lot of time adjusting and lights, K values, and everything else. So when I bring my footage into my editor, I add at the top an adjustment layer, run it all the way down. If you don't know what that is, ask. And I crush the blacks a tiny bit and maybe add, I mean, we're talking this much sharpening. The next video, I copy that project, I open it up, I dump my stuff in, I don't think about it. I don't color grade it, I don't adjust those skin tones. So getting everything up front is such a time saver, dude.
hmm Like you
What do we
said,
got?
save a project. That's what I do too. You save one project, that way you don't have to think about it, and then when you go in, just drop in the new footage. Everything's already there. Nice and
I'm
easy.
I'm currently making a video which has been requested. Which is I've had a lot of requests for this. How do you make a YouTube episode? I shot it yesterday in the B-roll, and I have over 4 hours of footage.
Mm,
So
that sounds about right.
it's going to be about 40 minutes long, but it's basically here's a sheet of paper. Here's how I start. Here's what I come up with. Here's how I decide whether I'm going to use a teleprompter or not. So I set up my lights, my camera, I shoot it, I go through, I check the mics, the batteries, this, I'm done, the editing process, how to edit it, what I do, how to upload it, what settings I use, the whole 9 yards. And it's it's a massive video, but I realized, keeping with the discussion, if I didn't have, it took me a day to shoot all that, like 8 hours, 10 hours, and I shot the B-roll with this little guy, which was really cool. If I didn't have everything set up the way I have it set up, so I could just shoot and move my footage in, it would have taken me a week. I would have been dicking
Mm.
around with everything. Anyway, worth it or not? Andre, I agree. Going from Premiere Pro to DaVinci was such a steep learning curve, at least for me. Maybe in the fall, I will delve back into it. Yeah. What would be really cool, I think, if someone made a fairly low cost intro to DaVinci Resolve that wasn't stupid and didn't blah blah us to death, and just went through and said, here's some footage. Let's bring it in. Let's do this. Let's go through this. This is the end video. Here we're done. Maybe a YouTube episode in DaVinci. That would be cool if someone did that.
Hmm.
That would be cool if someone did that.
Hold on. I agree.
You know, I saw this live
We should
stream
have-
and it was really cool. They had two people on the screen, and the way they set it up was like this. And what was really cool about it is the two people were talking to each other, and it... Screw it, nobody cares. Next comment. I'm trying to switch to Resolve right now, coming from Premiere. Cool.
I think that would be a good course too. That seems to be the thing, is everybody wants to go from Premiere to Resolve. So an easy kind of guide into it.
That's cool. How to
Somebody
go
should make
from
that.
Premiere to Vinci. Somebody should make that course.
Mm.
Just saying. Cool. Agent K. Boy, look at all these comments. I got to rip through these. Do you know if Resolve can do the YouTube chapter marker export that Kevin demonstrated recently in Premiere? Do you know what he's talking about, Dave?
No, it can do things with markers, and I think you can still export those, but not in Premiere. No.
In Premiere, short story, I found out, like I had this light bulb go off because I'm creating these chapter markers. So I went through, when I was done with the video, cleared all my markers, and on the top timeline I went, put one in here, put one at this one, at this point, at this point, at this point. Went to the file menu, set export markers. You can export it as a comma separated value, Excel file, or text file. So I do it as an Excel file. I open Excel. It shows me all my markers and the description of the marker. And I take and I munge those two together, copy that, paste it into my video, and I have all my chapter markers. I don't have to type them in and everything else. So if you can set markers in a description in Resolve and export those markers, then the answer would be yes.
The description in YouTube, you're saying, right? That way you can just kind of go to the time code. Is that what it is? Yeah.
Yeah, and you can export your markers and whatever marker notation or comment or whatever it is in DaVinci, right?
You can. Yep. You can set the duration and all that good stuff. You get me thinking now. I'm pretty confident that you can, but I wonder if you could export that into an Excel file. I'll have to look into that, to be honest.
That would be cool. I think if someone were to watch that video I made and basically replicate that video for DaVinci Resolve, if someone did that, it would be really cool.
Do you know a guy?
I don't.
I'll see what I
That's
can
cool.
do. I'll see if I can find somebody.
That'd be awesome. Agent K, yes, it's like every product I buy, I have issues and leaves me having to find workarounds with their TVs, camcorders, headphones, etc. Yeah. Yeah. Either that, or you're just an angry, pissy sailor. Don't you love how I treat my audience? I know Captain Jack. He's awesome. He's got a sense of humor. Same thing here. Doesn't have a headphone jack out. WTF? I don't care. I'll figure it out. But yeah. But again, if I buy a new TV, it's probably going to piss me off. The menus are going to be different. Things are going to be different. I'm not going to know all the settings. I'm going to have to learn the thing. And that's what's going to piss me off with the TV. When I make that thing my... Apologies to any women. If you think this means women, then I don't know what to tell you. But when you make that TV your biatch, and you know everything about it, it's no problem. If it still doesn't work and has problems, absolutely. Send it back. Okay. Comment rip time. Competence always comes with focus, practice, constant learning, and lots of errors. True that, Pierre. Aaron. Agent K, it can, sorta. I did that for my last video. You can make chapter markers and export them to a text file, but it requires some cleaning up later. But I wrote some code to automate that. Well, of course he did. If it exports it to a text file, you can take that text file, bring it into Excel in a certain way, and it will split it up into columns. It's too much blah blah. Anyway, that's cool. Well, that's awesome, Aaron. Aaron's awesome. Rob, you were talking drills. Your A7S III has memory locations. You can set up presets, so to speak, with the spin on the top of the dial. Didn't he already say? Oh, that was his message retracted. Oops. Kevin is too old to understand. What are you talking about? Get off the lawn!
They didn't even have cameras when you were born, right?
No. And apparently, Aaron is too young to understand that old men can kick his ass.
See you
Just
at
joking.
AB 2021.
Just joking, don't hurt me. Oh, Captain Jack, message retracted. I shouldn't. I should just leave it. I shouldn't click on those. Agent K is laughing. Worth or not. Dave, that would be great if you could do a beginner's course video for those of us coming from Premiere Pro. Dave, that would be great.
Yeah.
I would watch it. Hell, I'd even buy it. You could put it at my university, and I would buy your course at my own university. How about that?
Yeah, I approve. We'll put that one in the works.
Good for you. What is it? How about September 1st? Release. Sounds awesome.
Yeah. I'll see what I can do.
My thoughts exactly. DaVinci is nice to have all the tools in one program. It's really laid out and smart workful. Yeah, I get that. Yeah. Rob, I can't afford both Premiere Pro and After Effects, so I edit videos in After Effects. Kind of sucks, but lol. I started out doing that. My first videos, I used to use After Effects. That's where I did all my editing. And I actually had a hard time moving to Premiere Pro. This was way back. I had a hard time moving to Premiere Pro because I was so used to using After Effects. And eventually I got to Premiere Pro, and I figured out I could do most everything I need for my channel in Premiere Pro. And I was like, okay. I like Adobe. I'm willing to pay the $600 a year. As Aaron pointed out, I'm an old, grumpy sucker. I was going to put an F on that. Hide your kids. But I come back from the days when it was, okay, well, I'm going to use Vegas or I'm going to use something else. DaVinci, smart guys. And it was $300 for the program, and $100 for the upgrade, and $100 for the upgrade, and $100 for the... And I spent thousands, if not tens of thousands of dollars on upgrades for software. So when everybody flipped out, when Adobe jumped into the subscription model, I thought it was great. It cost me $5.99 a year. I don't even use the discounts. And I get Photoshop, and I get Audition, and I get After Effects, and I get Premiere Pro. And I'm willing to pay that. And I'm willing to pay them to have those tools. That's just my opinion. Bart Johnson said something. Let's listen. Bart Johnson is a genius and an awesome guy and has lots of experience. And if you don't subscribe to his channel, you're a Richard. Dave did some great color work for me on my Iron Man video. Really?
Yes, and actually I wanted to do it behind the scenes, and that just reminds me that I need to do that, or I want to do that, I should say. But yeah, he shot an awesome, maybe we can link it here, but he shot an awesome Iron Man replication of the movie, and I did the color work for him.
Let me go find you and make sure you have a wrench, because otherwise, Bart Johnson doesn't have a wrench? What the hell? Okay.
Bart needs a wrench.
Sorry, it's... Oh, no, it says moderator. He's a moderator. I don't know why the wrench doesn't show up. Who else doesn't have a wrench? Where are you, Dave? There you are. You don't have a wrench. Hold on. Let's give you a wrench. Add moderator.
Oh, there you go.
Bam! Who else doesn't have a wrench? Rob doesn't have a wrench. Add moderator. Boom! Robert Sprockets. Dude, I missed that you were here. I'm sorry. You get a wrench. Boom! Does Aaron have a wrench? Yeah, Aaron has a wrench. If you don't have a wrench, let me know. Just saying. All right. I need to rip through these comments. I'm not going to do message retract it. Captain Jack, retract that message first above. Lol. Captain Jack, I'm just messing with Kevin because it's so easy, Agent K. All right. Well, I'm going to mess with you. Oh. The comment is message retracted. I love you, man. I love everyone here. Hey, Ravenwolf. Lol reminder. Didn't work. Go figure. Captain Jack. Take the hint, Dave. Kevin's not going to do it. I promise I'll watch. I'll do it. If you're talking about me buying his course at my own university to be able to do that, if that's what you're talking about, I will do it. I will absolutely do it. I mean, what a great idea. Start a YouTube channel, start a university, drop everything, go full time, make courses, offer discounts, buy other people's courses on my own university, and go broke. It's the American way.
Perfect. What could go wrong?
From Michael, if Kevin's too old, there's no hope for me. Michael is much older than me, but he's from... Oh, he's going to kill me. Lower Ireland? Oh, I hope it's Ireland, or he's going to kill me. Great guy, full of life, lovely person. Hey, Brian. Lexi Lou Productions. Sorry you're late. Give him a wrench. Yeah. You missed roll call. Whatever. Captain Jack. Message. Oh, yeah. I got you this time, baby. You spelled retracted wrong. Brian. Adobe CC is great. I pay $50 a month. Ish. Huh. Dave. Oh, is that the Iron Man video?
Yeah, that's the link to it. Yep.
Oh,
yep.
We're going to totally watch
that. Was a fun one.
Brian, I don't have a wrench. Oh, you do now. Classic. Well done, Captain Jack. Agent K for Captain Jack. Captain Jack. Bart Johnson, did you get a wrench? He's got a wrench. It doesn't show up here, but when I go to Bart and I click on it, it says remove moderator, which means he has one. Hey, I caught up to the comments. Oh, no, I didn't. Ish. Okay. Any more on cameras? Do you want to say anything else about cameras?
Not really.
Okay.
I think you made a good choice with that A7S III, though. Sony did everything right with that one. They added the flip screen. They did the 4K 60, 4K. They did everything that they didn't do before. I think the touchscreen on the back is nice, too, especially in the menus.
Mm-hmm. I was really pissed off at this the other day. Remember, get pissed off at it. There's probably something you don't know. I was testing this. I was shooting the B-roll for that excruciating long video and found out later that after 5 minutes, this would turn off. 459, 5, off. 459, 5, off. I lost it. You bricked my camera, you mother... Suckers. So I posted something on Twitter. Andre, worth or not, bless him, got on a phone call with me. As we know, that's dangerous. And it has a temperature thing in there.
Yeah.
And if it's on normal, it after 5 minutes, it shuts it down just to be safe. If you stick it on high temp, it's like, okay, cool. Go for it. And it shot for a really long time. Anyway. Yes. Okay. I have some questions for you, sir.
Okay.
About color correction. More, Let's answer this first. Hey, I'm looking to upgrade from a beginner camera, EOS Rebel T6. Any suggestions? Can I take that first, Dave?
Go for it.
This is my opinion. This is I think it's a Rebel. It's a Canon T3i. It shoots 1080. I have this 24 to 105 4.0 lens on this. And if I didn't have the 5D, I could shoot perfectly great video with this. I could rock this camera. I could change this with the 5D Mark III. Almost get great footage, and it would be great. In my opinion, if you have a Rebel T6, which I think is a, maybe I got this wrong. Maybe it's not a T6i. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm going to go look at this before I say something stupid. Rebel T6, $200. Gotcha. So, yeah. It's an SLR camera. Blah, blah, blah. Okay, I'll just shut up now. Anyway. I, not knowing a lot, believe it or not, would go for this under $800 Sony CV1. It's small. Shoots 4K. You don't have to. The lenses on it. You don't have to invest in lenses. It's got the screen. It's got all the menus. It's got all the fancy crap. I think you can stream with it. I know Andrade does. Remember, I'm a Canon guy. Been a Canon guy forever. Go do this. And then just bleed this for everything you can get out of it. Then if you decide to spend $2,000 or $3,000 on a camera later, then you'll know what you want. That's my opinion. What's your days?
Any camera by red. No, I agree with you on that.
Affiliate link below.
Anything less than $10,000, I wouldn't even not consider.
Yeah, the new
I agree
12K. The new 12K Blackmagic. You need that for your videos.
Absolutely.
What's your opinion?
No, I agree with you. The T6, I think, is entry, like you said. But anything like you said, the T3i, or, well, what is it, T6i now? 7, whatever it is. Any of those would be fine. I know I did a lot with the Canon 60D back when. So 80D, 90D, or whatever the iteration is this time. But yeah, any of those are fine. But I like what you mentioned about the lens being built in. Nice and easy. You don't have to worry about it. It works.
When I first started my YouTube channel and was one cocky dude, you know, I've worked on sets, I've been behind the camera, blah, 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 not realizing somebody comes in, they set up the cameras, they set up the lights, they set up the audio. So everything I did was great. So I said, bah, I'm going to make a YouTube channel, but I'm going to use what I determined my audience to be uses. So I got this T3i. It's very expensive at the time. And it showed up, and it didn't have a lens. It didn't have a card. So I went out and bought a lens. I can deal with that, used to that. And then on the lens, I tried to find the aperture ring. Then there were these little digital things, SD cards, that I had to buy. Then I found that the aperture was electronic, and I flipped the hell out. And my videos were terrible. To wit, you can, if you're already invested in glass and everything else, and like Dave's saying, yeah, you can go with Canon. But the reason why I suggest this is you're future-proofed. The lens is built in. You don't have to deal with glass. It does it's a Zeiss lens. It shoots 4K. If you can bleed everything out of this camera, you'll be good for years to come. Remember, I'm a Canon guy. I would for a second say go with Canon. I think you should get this. My opinion. Michael, I'll have to catch up when you're finished, Kevin. I lost you for about 10 minutes. Did Dave take the hint? Did you, Dave? Please do. I promise. I'll watch.
The hint's been taken.
The hint's been taken.
The silver cut. Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll see. I'm going to send this video to you in a month and cut out the part about you got the hint. All joking aside, if I could carve out some time, well, might help if I didn't do, 2.5 hour long frickin' live streams. If I could carve out some time, I would definitely take that course. I would definitely go into DaVinci just for the learning. I would love to be able to use both. I would love to be able to do a video on markers and say, this is how you do it in Premiere Pro. This is how you do it in DaVinci Resolve. Those are the top two video editors that I know, at least amongst our crowd. I'd do it. I would frickin' do it.
Yeah, and I think Premiere Pro has the reins there. So yeah, and that's what's happening. Like we were saying before, it's like everybody's going from, well, not everybody, but a lot of people in Premiere Pro want to learn DaVinci. So it makes sense. It makes sense because they're the two most popular. And like you said, in this crowd, you have Avid and everything else. But I mean, for our crowd.
But I don't know if many people here use Avid. And if you're complaining about $600 a year, or what is it, $29, $30 a year for Premiere Pro, yeah, go check out Avid.
Right. A little bit of a price discrepancy.
A little bit. T6 is a crop sensor. Yeah, so is this. If it's a 1.6 crop sensor, if I put my 50 millimeter lens on here times 1.6, it's 80 millimeter. Okay. Crop sensors are not bad. I mean, look at these Micro Four Thirds. They shoot beautiful footage. I don't know what this is.
I think it's a 1-inch. I could be wrong.
Might be a 1-inch. It's probably not a full frame.
Yeah, probably not. Yeah.
Brian, Lexilude Productions Rebel SL2 is a good upgrade for cheap. Don't get the SL3. It sucks. Good advice. I have, Brian, I have a 50 millimeter lens, EFS 24 millimeter, and a 55 to 20 millimeter. That's a cool lens. I think he meant 55 200. Yeah. 24 times 1.5 is some millimeters, which should work. I am looking to keep my lenses. I didn't forget that question about color correction and grading that I'm going to bring up in a minute. I just wanted to answer the comments. I can't help it. I can't do short live streams. I see all these comments. These guys do these live streams at 59 minutes. They go, okay, we're done. Hey, thanks for joining us and see you later. I can't do it. I can't. I see all these comments and I feel like somebody's knocking on my door. Hey, I just wanted to say hi. Slam the door. See you later. Can't do it.
No, I get it.
Yeah. EFS to 250. Yeah. Okay. Brian, thanks for the info. You bet. Captain Jack. Hose are an amazing lens. Oh, those are an amazing lens for what they are. 50 millimeter f1.8 bails me out of any high ISO issues. Yeah, good bokeh. 24 millimeter, good for vlogging. True. And the 55 to 250 does a pretty good job. Yeah, I agree. Those are, of course. Will those lenses fit the SL2? I don't know. Captain Jack. Have a conversation. By the way, guys can communicate with each other. I don't care. We're here to talk. Duh. Lexi Lou, I just want to make sure the lens I have will fit a new camera. Ah, so you have glass. You want to match that glass to the camera. I would buy this $400 Metabones connector, the Sony A7S3. Affiliate links in the description below. Dude, get whatever you want. Pay a little bit of money that your lens will fit on. That gives you 1080. Learn the hell out of the camera. Squeeze it for every inch of everything you can get out of it. And then if you want to upgrade later, upgrade. Hanging out with Kevin and friends is always fun. Hey, I appreciate it. Yes. Hey, can I do a short commercial interruption? Do you mind, Dave?
Not at all.
I got to say this. And I'll usually say this at the end. There's this guy. His name's Nay. From DNA Interactive. This guy is, if you asked him to build a rocket ship, he's kind of like Elon Musk to me. He's the guy who has this whole setup. He's the guy who made, let me see if I can do this. Everything work here in my OBS. All this crap, all this stuff, how to do it, how to work it, how to make it happen. He's the guy who set my iPad up so I can simply go here, or I can 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 run the comments on up and down, or I can throw it like he did all this stuff for me. All the graphics you see on my videos now and the blah blah blah. Although I'm gonna change my avatar because I don't like it. It's too much whatever. He did all that for me for nothing. I don't know why. I've tried to do whatever. This guy has 20, 30 years Hollywood movies. Has done, you know, those in Las Vegas, those giant screens they have.
Mm-hmm.
He's done all those. They've been running for 20 years and never failed. They're all programmed. I believe they're like 48K screens. He makes these little robotic things, like, you know, drones. Kind of lost your video day there, Dave. But that's fine. He makes these little drones. They're about this big. Underwater drones. The guy is a genius. I gotta thank him. He's awesome. Am I still working on the OBS course? Yes. Yes. I am having a hard time with it because there's so much. When I start you from, I guess Dave's out. Sorry, Dave. Thanks for joining us, Dave. When I started the OBS course, I wanted to take, okay, here's how you start. Download it. Looks like crap. You don't know what you're doing, and move you into using it. But then I got into how do you skin the whole thing. But then I got into how do you control the whole thing. But then how do you use it and control it from your iPad so you never have to touch the keyboard. So when you switch cameras or you switch here or you switch there, it automatically turns things off. It like, and it's blown from something like this into this massive freaking course. I have a hard time with massive courses. And I also am going to try something with this course. This course probably should be priced at easily hundreds, $500, $900. It's going to be massive. So I'm trying to cut it down and make sure it's a bam, you do. Bam, you do. Bam, you do. Because if you can't do the thing I'm teaching you, then it's crap. It's going to end up being massive. So what I'm going to try is I'm going to try offering it. I'm going to price it at like $59 and reduce it to $39 for quite some time. $39, if you realize I'm working on a massive course, the amount of time I spend on it, let's say 1,000 of the university members took it. It may sound like a lot of money. That's, I don't know what that is. I'm going to pull up my calculator. 1,000 people will not take this course. For $39, it'd probably be more like, look at me trying to do math. What the hell's going on with my calculator, dude? 100. I'm pressing the wrong button. It's more reasonable that maybe 100 people will take it. Maybe more. And realize if 100 people take it, that is about $3,900. And that sounds like a lot of money. If I work on this course for 3 months or 4 months, $3,900. If you take out what it costs to run the university, that's a lot. You take out taxes, it's a lot for me. If you take out support and blah, 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 it's not crap. It's nothing. I mean, out of that $3,900, I'd be lucky if I make under $1,000. Maybe to start for 100 people, maybe $800-900 for something I spent months making. So what I'm going to try, so I don't go broke, so I can continue what I'm doing, so I'm going to offer it at that price for $39 for this massive course in the hopes that a lot of people sign up for it, and I at least can make some sort of minimum wage offering people this course, and they can afford it. That's the long answer to the OBS course. I could have just said, yes, Walter, I'm working on it. But I like to share these things with people. Maybe I share too much. AJK, thumbs up. Just finished the YouTube course. Loved it. Awesome, Ken. Reminder, if you finish the course, go through it again and again and again and again. I did myself because I wavered. Pierre, thanks, Kevin. Dave, full crew. Great session. Thanks, man. That's Pierre. Well, that's not true. Pierre may be like going, hey, you've been streaming for like nearly 2 hours. Dave, thanks, Pierre. Sorry, guys. I need to sort out some things on my end for the live streaming. Not a problem. I appreciate you, Dave. I appreciate what you do for the community, and I appreciate that you joined us. I'll ask you those color correction things next time. I'm a bit befuddled about something. Walter, I love the YouTube course. Now learning my camera to start shooting videos. Yes! Go, Walter! Absolutely. Hey, if you're in the new YouTube Academy course and I'm not subscribed to your channel, you send me an email and say, you lazy bastard. I want to be subscribed to your channels. I want to watch your growth. I am going to make a video for the YouTube Academy members showing you many of these channels when they started, before they took the course, after they went through, I had them put their link in and how many subscribers they had and all that stuff. I want to show you some of these channels and where they're at now. It's pretty cool. Worth or not, great to see you, Dave. Post-color gear on here, and hope you get the time to do an intro to DaVinci Resolve beginner video. Oh yeah, I'm going to be pounding him on this. I want to know. That's the problem. And that's the other thing going to DaVinci Resolve. I know if I go to DaVinci Resolve, I'm going to go over to some other course and pay thousands of dollars taking courses, which I've done, or I'm going to watch 100 videos, and I can't control the education. And they're going to go through, and I'm going to take the course, and they're going to go, here's DaVinci Resolve. Let's go over the panels. Let's go over this. And here's how you do this. And over here is the effects panel. And I'm done. I have a way that I think, I'm going to do that in my Premiere Pro course, that you could do that without blowing your own brains out. Post-color gear, do what I've done. Grab your phone and just do a Skype call on it. Then you can watch the stream on your computer. There will be a delay. Just mentally compensate for it. Yeah, Dave. Do that. In fact, it's, oh my God, it's 10:53. I'll give you 2 minutes to do that, Dave. And I'm going to try and call you back one more time. It's because this is fun. Because I love you, man. Likewise, and I'll make the time. Having such a hard time thinking of a niche for my channel. Oh man, it is so, well, it's so not hard. Air quotes. Two bunnies. If you're taking the course or in the course, I think I cover that. It's not hard. I love air quotes and air guitar. If you look at, well, you'll go down a land of no return trying to come up with a niche for an audience that they may like, as opposed to going, I'm going to write down on a piece of paper the 100 things that I know. One. Out of all those things, here's the one thing that I'm really passionate about. Tooling leather and making leather or woodworking or whatever. I love it. That's what you go with. Then going, okay, I promise you, out of 7.5, possibly 8 billion people in the world, if you start making videos, you start reaching out, just stick in there for a week, a month, a year, or whatever, these people will eventually find you and your channel will grow. End of story. That's your niche, in my considered opinion. I am in the course. Good. Good. Brian, just slow. No. There's a lot of stuff in there. You may have seen on my emails and stuff, I was veering, I was doing this, I was doing that, I was all over Twitter. I got pissed off at myself, and I stopped being pissed off at myself because I do a lot of stuff in a day, not to toot my horn. And I realized there's things I'm not doing in the course. So I sent myself to the principal's office, and I sat down and I watched the course over and over and over and over and over and over, all the way through. I took notes on what I'm not doing, watched it again, took notes on what I'm doing. I watched it as if I was watching a course, and it wasn't me. I was just watching this dude who seemed to know what he was talking about. And then I took some more notes, some more notes, some more notes, and I slammed in, these are the 21 things I'm going to do. And I wrote them on a piece of paper. And when I'm sitting there with YouTube, and I go, you'll see in this new video, not the course, I'm going to go do something on YouTube. I look at my list, and if it doesn't fit on there, I toss it. It's gone. So I made the frickin' course, and I have to watch it over and over. So being slow, I don't think so. I don't think so. I paid $600 for a product photography course, and it wasn't even worth $60. Ouch. The guy just went outside and shot models and copied forms from the internet and cleaned them up. It was such a scam. Yeah, I think some of these can be a real scam. I also think that many of these people don't know any better. They think they're offering you high value, and they're doing the math. They're going, I'm put all this time into this course and shot models and everything else. I want to be paid for this. I'll go broke if I don't charge a lot of money for this. So I don't think a lot of them realize it. I'm not arguing with you. I kind of am. No, I'm not arguing with you, and I get it. Look, when I was doing the YouTube thing, I went out for it wasn't a year, 6 months, and I spent tons of money on taking other YouTube courses, getting consulting, and doing all this. After finally arriving myself on this massive board on what was going on, and I was like, oh, this is what you do. These guys are full of crap. They have these huge channels. They're telling you what to do, what a huge channel would do, or they're telling you what to do for your small channel based upon their huge channel. And that's all bullshit. Excuse my French. Anyway, Agent K. Hello, two buddies. I need to go through that voiceover course a little bit more in Chris's and get that cartoon voice thing down. Be fun. Hey, Brian. I've just become a subscriber. I look forward to see how you progress. That's awesome. Have to check. I had wished I would have spent that $600 on Kevin's course because it is worth every penny. Yeah! Yeah! Checks in the mail. Captain. I did an original YouTube course. It was based upon 5 years ago, and what I knew worked was massive. I don't even show the course anymore, although it has some good stuff in there. I show you how to set up a website. I show you how to set up your social media, how to connect them, how to do your site, how to make the header for it. It was like stupid massive. And on this course, it took me a year, and I redid it 5 or 6 or 8 or whatever times and reshot a bunch of stuff until I went, this is it. This, what works for me. I tested it out on other channels. It worked for them. It works. If I put gas in the car and I start it, it works good. If I put gas in the car and I start it, and I'm supposed to like do some fancy thing where I do something else that doesn't work, screw it, and I throw it all out. Anyway, I don't mean to go on about the course. Put a lot of work into it, and I think the frickin' course is awesome. I think it's my best course ever for YouTubers. There you go. Kevin's courses are fantastic. Thank you, man. I appreciate it. Wait till you see what I got coming. Yeah. Thank you, Michael Finn. Lexi Lou. The course gets even better as you pass the halfway point. It's all true as I've had the same experiences on another channel that has nearly 1 billion views. Yeah, the first half, unfortunately, the first half is like, you gotta wrap your mental wits around this or you'll never get it. So it's a lot of, and this is the theory and this is why, etc., etc. So it's a tough watch. It's not long. I don't think it's boring. I hope it's not. It's a lot of this and what happens and how I got to that and why to make this point. And then in the second half of the course, it's like, all right, here's what you do. Get the heck to work. If money was no object, I would have paid $2,000 or $3,000 for his course. Wow. Thank you. Maybe I can put that on the front page. I'm not a salesperson. If I were a salesperson, I would price the course at about $397, discounted from $697. I'd hire an advertising agency. Many people do this, by the way. It'd be Facebook ads and Twitter ads, and there'd be some hard sell and blah. Can't do it. I don't do it. I feel sleazy doing it. I'm like, look, if you're willing to put in the work, the time, be persistent, possibly take months or years, and you're in it for the game, take the course. If you don't want to do that, don't take the course. This is why I would never make it as a salesperson. Where's your coffee tip jar? Oh. Captain. I always screw this up. I think it's in the description of the video. Is it? Possibly. Let me go check. You guys are great. You do this, hey, we want to tip you, give you money thing, and it's just amazing. Let me see if it's in there. Apparently, here it is. Because this channel is not $1,000 and monetized and all that. Here's the link. Hopefully this works. Apparently, and it may say you can do some money and you click here at $5.95 a month and all that crap. Just forget it. Just, it's a sell from Streamlabs. Here you can go here, you can specify $1. If you do $5, you get a GIF and all that crap. And just don't do the monthly thing at all. Apparently, if you go there, I think, if you do that, I have this set up. Make sure it's on. It's on. Apparently, a little thing should pop up here or over here somewhere. It should go, and there's this little creepy zombie dude or something that says you did it. If you happen to go do that tip, put in the comment, if it doesn't show up at the top that you did that, put in the comment that you did that so I can fix it. And so I can also say, hey, you're awesome, and everything else. Streamlabs say donations are disabled. Really? Thanks for helping me work this stuff. I got to thank you guys. You've come here, you put all this blah, blah, whatever. Wow, what's going on here? Username, USD, donation message. Should work. Did they change something? Bastards. What am I missing here? Custom email SEO settings new. Why is this? This is weird. This is like all strange looking and different and stuff. I think they changed something and I don't know what they changed. Anyway, I don't know. This is too weird. Let me go back. Let me do a test. Apparently, sorry guys, I would love to figure this out and I appreciate you putting up with me. Let me log out of here. Aha. Let me log in on the right freaking channel. Boop. Oh, what a pain in the butt. Well, apparently it's going to go to that channel. Anyway, what should happen is you should be able to go there and it should do wow, why it should do this, that, and it should you, that's a test. It should allow you to donate, and if it doesn't, it's being a butt. But I appreciate you checking it out and trying. Anyway, that's the donation link. If you I have another donation link to PayPal. It won't show up. I'm not going to worry about it. And there you go. Thank you for the thought. Donations disabled. That sucks. Best people to learn from YouTube. Kevin, Basic Filmmaker. D4 Darius. Curtis Judge. Hell yeah. D4. Man. He is Darius. Brit. He's awesome. He's really awesome. Curtis Judd is an audio microphone beast. Definitely go there. This other guy, Kevin, Basic Filmmaker. Yeah, whatever. Okay, I missed comments. Gotta go, Kevin. Dinner's ready, and Man City v. Napoli is about an hour away. I don't know what that is. Hey, man. Thanks for coming. Michael's in Ireland, South, and different time zone. Are you still here? I am Grand Tour. I just uploaded a video, and I want to watch the stream from the start. Cool. Good luck. It's long. Had a great time. Time to get working on cleaning the pool before temperatures hit. Wow, 1,200 degrees. Get that? Yeah, I should wrap this up. What's for dinner? Can I come over? I hadn't eaten thing all day. I hear Kevin in my head all the time saying, just film the effing thing. Yeah. Just shoot the effing thing. I even got little merch cups on my main YouTube channel that you can buy that I make. I think I have them priced at $12.99 or something, and I think I make 49 cents. I was like, yeah, I'm gonna put this merch up on my channel. I'm gonna charge 29 bucks on a cup so I can make 10 bucks. Screw that. Anyway, let's see what else we got. Rob, one more time, thanks for everything through the years, much appreciated. Thank you. Didn't you also have a PayPal link? Oh, dude, you just kill me. Yes, I do. I really appreciate that. Like I said, I'm a terrible salesperson. I have a hard time asking for donations because I feel like, anyway, that's just me. I'll give you the link. It won't show up on the screen, so I won't be able to tell you how great you are until later. That link is here. And if you use that link, it will come up and it'll say donate, and I'll eventually get an email that says, that's awesome. Thank you. You know me. I would much prefer that you went over to the university and took a free course. Made a little coffee donation. I have a donations thing over there that you can click on. Take another free course. Take the monitors course. Learn something. You can make a $9 coffee donation or something like that. That's what I would prefer, but that's me. On my other channel, when I go live, thank you for tolerating all this BS over the months. Absolutely. There will be a super chat. It'll be no problem. Crap will show up. Life will be good. Okay. Anyway, I should really wrap this up. Thank you for joining me. Thank you for tolerating it. I have now gone, it says over 2 hours. Maybe it's not that long because I started 15 minutes before. It's probably about 2 hours. The 60-minute thing. Sorry. Anyway, thank you, Nay, from DNA Interactive. Thank you for everything you've done for me. Thank you to all the other YouTube creators that have helped me, and I've helped you. And they all have. I mean, all these guys I'm talking about, which takes less of a cut? I don't care. Streamlabs takes a cut. I don't think PayPal does. I don't know. Well, let me show you this. Let me just show you this. And then I'm going to end this freaking stream. Let me just show you this. And this will make a lot of sense. Let's go here. Let's go to here. Let's open this in an incognito window. Is it over here? Wow. It's not over there. No wonder why. Okay. If you go over to the university, and I'm going to throw the link in there. I don't know why I don't have on this front page. I guess I should. And you go over here. It's coming. Just hang on, dude. I really want to show this to you. Wow. Where did it go? Oh, there it is. Oh, wow. It isn't a published course. And you go over to here. Doot, 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 doot. Let me switch the screen here. Doot, doot, doot. If you go over to here, here's the link. I should really post that on the main page. Donations welcome. I'd rather have you buy a course and learn something, but donations help the free stuff going and the coffee flowing. You can do it $9, $19, whatever, make a donation, and it goes over there, and then I get a donation. I get an email that says you've enrolled. I don't even know if you could do that more than once. I think it says you're already enrolled in the course, but you can always buy something like that. And that works. Thank you. See you, Ken. Thank you. Thank you, Captain Jack. Ken, thank you. Walter, thank you. These aren't on. Boop. Lexi Lou, thank you. Thank you very much. There's the link that you can't see, but it's in there to the university. Oh, Captain Jack, seriously, dude. Dude, $50, are you kidding me? See, now I feel like I need to come over and mow your lawn and wash your car. You know what I need to do? Here's what I need to do. I need to go over. I'm going to remake that money course because it was made for like these conservative kind of whatever. I'm going to remake that course. I need to watch that thing again so I can graciously accept, almost bring some tears to my eyes, your gracious donation and not be a jerk. I think it's a payment for the discount on the course. Nope, that link for the donation page, you click it, and you're enrolled in the course, and you pick whatever, and it's a donation. I get it. Captain Jack, damn man, dude, thank you. That's amazing. Anyway, I really, really, really need to end this live stream. Someone's going to rewatch this, and they're going to kind of die. But, God, again, thank you to DNA Interactive. I just can't thank you enough, sir, for what you've done to the university members, courses you've purchased, the donations, your support, things you've done. Holy crap. Like, wowie. I just don't even know how to begin to thank you for that. And thank you to all the viewers and subscribers and everything else. Just all your support. Just amazing. I thank you. I can't do what I do without your guys' support, really. Just, you're amazing. So I'm going to quit talking, and I'm going to see if I can do this thing where I just ignore the rest of the comments and stop the live stream. Because I hate doing that, but I'm going to check out now. Anyway, thank you again. I'm going to, next week, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to do a live stream next Saturday, same time, and I'm going to do it in 60 minutes, no matter what happens. That's what I need to drill to be able to do these lives. It's going to be 60 minutes, and I'm done. That's what I need to drill and get over my own poop. Anyway, thank you all. I'm going to end the stream now. See you later. Appreciate it, and we'll see you next time.